Boom, boom. This is Ken Ribbity. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up today. So right now I'm at the Facebook page. As you noticed in my last video, I spoke about how the fact that it was determined that that the Oasis had actually rigged the second part of the Christmas event, where you got to on grid, after grid number 5, it became patently obvious that it was clearly different than 1 through 4. You were having to clear sometimes 3/4 to a full grid before you actually begin to get shards for the Christmas characters. This was noted, and it got pretty heated. And finally, it was determined that they did. They finally admitted that they did a few days back with the apology. So this is what they're going to do. So Christmas Eve compensations. This is going to be compensation for that. We're deeply sorry for taking such for a detailed plan. After evaluating and listening to feedback and suggestions from the Soul Workers, we decided to compensate players based on the amount of bells spent during the events as follows. So, if you spend 100 bells, you get 500 Soul Jade, 500 gold, and some deluxe bento. Start throwing Omni shards in there as well. So just depending on how many bells you spent, will determine about how much. Most people are most likely somewhere right around in here. So that's what, but a lot of people who spent, a lot of money on the bells will get a little bit back. So as you can see, you're not getting any shards or anything like that. So they're not going to give you any characters. But just help a little bit, just depending on what you spent. Because a lot of people went all out on this to get the characters, and they ended up spending a lot more money than would have been anticipated. And a lot of people who were planning on get the character through the actual event didn't, because there was no way that you could. You were not given enough bells from a free-to-play perspective to clear the grid 5 times, which is what you would have need to have done to actually get the character. I got the character, and we'll level her up here shortly. I haven't spent any time doing it with her yet, but I got the character by spending $5.94 to buy 6 of these shards from the feedback. As I said in my previous videos, that gave me 6 shards. Those 6 shards were then able to drop me down, so I only needed to clear the grid 4 times, which I did yesterday evening, and finally got the character. So as you can see, I had 1 day left. So you go to the Bleach Immortal Souls Facebook page, and you can actually see the actual compensation and determine about what you'll be getting from that perspective. So yeah, this is the Christmas event. So today is the last day. You log in today, you'll get 10 more bells. I did clear all the way up. I got the 3 soul orbs. If you completed all these, you would have got it yesterday. So that was everybody would get that. And then of course here we are to this. So this is the 5th to show you. This is the 5th clear. Okay, so I have no more bells. Got all the bells that I've gotten. Now acknowledge the fact that I purchased the recharge for this several times. Not that one, this one, because it was only 50 VIP points. So I've got a lot more bells than a person who was playing it completely free to play would, and I still have not been able to clear the 5th box here to get this. Okay, so I would not have gotten this free to play if I had not spent the $5.94 and bought 6 of those shards to clear it 4 times. I would not have gotten it, because I have no more bells. And as you can see, I'm still probably, based on what I'm seeing here, I would have had to clear out these 2 and clear out one of these and clear out most of this, and then on somewhere around in here, I would have hit it with about 5 left. A lot of times I've had to clear it. It was like the only 1 left, or the second to last. But yeah, I always never got it until I was down to the last set. So I would not have been able to clear it. I might have had trouble clearing it 4 times if not made the purchase, because the 4 times I got bells I got the bells that I purchased from the 6 times, so I might not have been able to clear the grid 4 times. So yeah, it was definitely rigged. There was no doubt about that, and they admitted as much. And that's the reason they're offering the compensation. Is because they realized that they sort of tilted it and sort of rigged it. It's not. All these RNG games have a tendency to rig things, but they usually rig it in favor of the player. You don't rig it in favor of the house. That's just especially on a major, high visibility event like this, and they got caught. So that's what happened. But yeah, you'll get some compensation here to be coming out here in a few days, and you can get that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the character. Now, as for other things, I did actually get Findor, him. It's not a her, him, as one of my subscribers pointed out. It's a him, not a her. So I did go ahead and purchase him from the exchange right here. So I did, cast him. So I have none left. The event's closed. So, but yeah, I did purchase. As you can see, you get 6 tries. I purchased it once, so I have him. So it's what you want to do. I decided to go with Findor. He is a newer character, so now that I've got him, there's also a limited exchange up for him, where you can get some more shards for him, and possibly get his impact too if you want to. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what caused all the trouble over this holiday season here, and that is Orihime. So here she is, Christmas Orihime. So I've got her, and like I said, I purchased a few of the extra, so I do have a couple extra shards for her. I went ahead and purchased it again simply because I needed 50 VIP points to get 50 shards for the SR version of Orihime, which allowed me to promote her up to a So I've got her at 6 stars now, so she'll be honing pretty soon. So I went ahead and did that, and that gave me the shards just to increase your general character, your character profile by starring up characters. So I went ahead and did that, and that's because the VIP points, 50 VIP points for that was a deal. It's normally 250 VIP points to get the chest and to do the recharge. They lowered it to 50, so basically you could do it for 99 cents, which is what I was doing, which is always a good deal. So I decided to go ahead and do that, and it allowed me to get her, level her up, and allowed me to get the UR version of her. So she's a tortoise, as we've been saying. We wanted a tortoise because we're thinking about putting her in replacing Yuraku. We'll just have to see. I'm going to start leveling her up, and we'll see. It takes a little while, of course, but once we get her up there, we'll just put her in, and we'll just see how it goes. If not, she'll make an excellent character that we can put in our second team. So it's not really that big a deal if she's not quite where you want her to be. But you have to really get it out there and really test, because she does a lot of support. So you wanted to get her to blue. So she's now she's tortoise. So talent-wise, she increases all the characters' healing. This is going to make her extremely important. Okay, because of the fact that she heals. So any talent that increases her healing ability is, of course, going to be something to look at. So 1.4%. So she came at 3 stars because she was 70 shards. She didn't come at the standard 2 shards, which most of the soul boxes that you get always come with the second star character. So let's look at her skill set. Pretty brief. Like I said, Star Strike deals a single enemy and heals the ally with lowest hit points for 15% of Orihime's total. This is important because she focuses on the lowest hit point. Anytime you can have a healer that focuses on the one that needs it the most, this is her base strike here. So that's gonna be extremely powerful skill. The rage, it starts regeneration of all allies. Plus, they get additional HP equal to 15% of her total HP. So you definitely want to get her HP to be the highest that you can. The higher her hit points, the higher you're going to get, the more healing you're going to get from her. So as you level her up and she gets stronger and more hit points, so you definitely want to focus on all of her equipment and stuff to make sure that you get the hit point, the bonds and stuff to increase her HP. All of those items and the bonds have an increasing effect, a percentage effect on her hit points. So you definitely want to make sure that you focus on those items in particular so that you be able to get more healing from her. And then the ally with the lowest hit points, of course, for each active snowman. So she's going to heal the lowest hit points an additional 50% for each active snowman. And she gets a snowman after using a skill. So after she uses her regular Star Strike, she's going to get a snowman. Okay, to a maximum of 3. So she can have 3 snowmen up at the same time. After the weapon awakens, the regeneration is greatly increased, and the damage reduction rate of all allies is increased. So she's going to do a damage reduction on her rage once you get that weapon awakened. So that's definitely something you want to look at. At 4, you get the Snowman Guardian. So this here states that at the beginning of the battle, she gets 2 snowmen. So as you saw on her rage, she heals a number of snowmen. She heals for 50% of the lowest hit point. So she's guaranteed to have some snowmen when that procs. Okay, and then when an ally's hit point falls below 1 snowman will be consumed to grant him a Snowman Guardian. So basically, when one of your allies falls below 50%, she's automatically going to start regenerating the hit points equal to a percentage of her total hit points and increase the damage reduction rate by 10%. So she's going to heal them and at the same time reduce the damage that that character is taking. So that's a pretty good skill set, as you can see. And she has, the damage reduction is always important. And as you can see, she does do support, support just not healing. She also does damage reduction, which is beneficial. So we'll get her number up and stick her in. It's going to take a little while, of course. I do have Zangetsu is in here. Now, Tensei I've almost finished with him. I just got to get his equipment up and he'll be the same. So if you do an analysis, he's doing 81,045 in damage. So he's doing 10,000 more base damage than Yamamoto. Yamamoto's got 5990, 16,635, 425 for hit points, and 424. So I'm not quite finished with Tensei Zangetsu, and he is beating Yamamoto on every single attribute, which is what we were expecting based on Yamamoto has an excellent rage, and he does induce burning, but his basic hit is very weak. It's supposed to do other stuff, but it really doesn't. So I've been substituting Tensei Zangetsu in here. He's got an excellent rage skill. His rage skill actually it seems to like hit twice. So you'll see the whole screen will go like sort of blue, and all the enemies will take a massive loss of hit, like they've been hit, and then he actually does the actual rage, and that actually hits anybody. So it's like a double effect. And I think that's what they meant by follow-up attack. Okay, but when he does this, he gains, our allies gain 15% increased damage rate for a round. So he's actually increasing everybody on your team by 15% damage for 1 round. So that's an excellent, support. And that's one of the reasons I've introduced him into my Guardian right now. I'm going to start moving him into the full team. You want to place him on the back line. His skills do more damage when the hit points, when the enemy has already taken damage. So to get that effect, you want to have your other characters hit them first, of course, and then that way they'll have low, the hit points will be down. Then his skill goes in, and if they have lower hit points, he just does more damage. So you want to stick him in the back row somewhere, okay? Because that's where he's going to be the most effective. In terms of utility, I'd say he's definitely better than Yamamoto. So I'll be, I like the fact that he's also an attacker. That's nice. And attackers always, but I think that's why he does more damage than Yamamoto. Yamamoto's usefulness was his rage skill, but I'm getting comparable damage, if not more damage, out of the rage skill for Tensei Gengetsu, and it hits all people too. Okay, so it's not like it just hits one or two people or the back row. He hits all characters, and he does pretty good deal of damage. And then after he does that, all of your other characters get, for one turn, they get a 15% increased damage rate. So that's beneficial. And I am doing more. I noticed that I'm beating characters a little bit easier inside of the arena and stuff. So that's pretty good in that terms. So that's everything that we've got so far. All right. So I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm going to do another video, and this time we'll be going through chapter 22. I am eligible for it now, so we're going to stick Tensei Gengetsu in the team, and we're going to go ahead and run through chapter 22. See how far we can get. See if we're good enough to clear any of the levels. I don't know if we are. I have not tried it yet. It's open, but I was just waiting to get tense up before I went ahead and do it. So we're going to go ahead and start on 22 tomorrow. Once I got some stamina to run through, and I want to get his weapons and armor finished out to +1. So I should be able to do that tomorrow, and then we'll get some. If I have to purchase some stamina to do the run, we will. But we'll run through it and we'll see how far we can get and see how well it goes. All right. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. I did get Orihime, and Oasis has admitted that they sort of little shenanigans on that event. So we'll be getting some reimbursement. It's going to take a little while because there's a lot of people they need to reimburse. So which is good because that means that the player base is large. So, but it's coming out. So I just want to go ahead and let you know everything that was going on. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you hit that bell, you will be notified each time I drop a video. So this is Kane coming at you from the corner, signing out.